So on the chart right here for KASPA, right? KASPA is currently at 0.052236. We're currently ranked at 53 with a market cap of about $1.4 billion. And so today we're going to be looking at the price action, the technical analysis, and price prediction right here for KASPA. Without further ado, let us push to the chart, right? So on the chart right here for KASPA, KASPA versus the USD Theta on the daily time frame, coin is the date source, right? So for KASPA, as you can see, we basically have been seeing this push to the downside for much of 2025. And we have been seeing that base case was that we're expecting a consolidation right here to continue. And then going into 2026, that is when the uptrend could begin. But somebody might be asking why? Why are you favoring that much of 2025 would be some sort of a down year, or basically much of December to be a consolidation bottoming year, and then we see a pullback right here in 2026. I'm going to give you three reasons why I'm expecting that. So the first right here is this news right here, which not a lot of people are paying attention to, that the Fed in the US has just cut the interest rate, which is very, very good. As you can see, it started on December 1st. Somebody might be asking, what is QT, right? Why are they ending QT? QT is what we call quantitative tightening. So it was basically the US was draining liquidity out of the market. So they were getting monies out. And that was why we saw a push to the downside in a lot of altcoins, right? So currently they have stopped. And so it's safe to expect that we expect the bleeding on altcoins to stop. Then in 2026, we probably would see some sort of push to the upside. But somebody might ask why. First is that we're seeing some good news coming in because we're seeing big changes coming to the Fed and the interest rate. So Trump, the president of the US, wants to replace the current Fed chairman, which is Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell was the one that was responsible for the QT, and he wants to put this guy right here in. This guy is called Kevin Hassett right here, and it's likely push for the CBN to lower the interest rates, right, which is good for the economy, basically pumping more money into the economy, right? And if that happens, this is an infographic that shows what will happen if we see such monies coming to the economy. So usually, the moment we see the CBN begins to cut the rate, we see cheaper liquidity, weaker dollar, and risk appetite, higher risk appetite. And basically, much of those risk capital find their way back to the crypto market, and usually which pumps the price of crypto or Bitcoin and altcoins, right? So this is very bullish, and we continue to expect. That is why we're expecting that the bottom would happen around this December, and then 2026 will resume to the upside as the Fed begins to cut the rates. Now back to the macro chart. We love to take note of the macro chart because we said that the macro chart is very, very important right here for any analysis. And the first macro chart we love to look at is the USDT dominance. We said the USDT dominance is very important because usually when we see the dominance begins to push to the upside, it basically means usually cryptocurrencies are pushing to the downside. That means a lot of people are flocking into cryptocurrencies. As you can see, in 2021, the moment we saw that upward push for the dominance, the USDT dominance, that was the top for the crypto market. And so currently, even in the past few days, we have been seeing a push to the upside right here for the dominant. We're seeing we expect a pullback, and we were expecting for the price of the dominant to come right back to the bottom, and that is exactly what is happening, right? So this is very, very good. We have seen that the dominant has rejected exactly at the 6.5% levels, and so we should expect even further more downside for the dominant chart. Next chart we have been explaining to every single person right here on the channel is this chart which we call the Bitcoin dominant. We said this chart was very important because in every altcoin season we usually see right here, or in every bull run we usually see that the dominance always falls before the top is in. The dominance falls before the top is in. This was the 2017 top. Until we saw the dominance fell, the top was not in. Until we saw the dominance fell, the top was not in. Currently, we said the Bitcoin dominance is too high. It's still at the 57 levels, right? every single time we see the dominance push towards loss 39, same thing in 2021, 39. And so we are expecting the Bitcoin dominance to fall. And we said usually when the dominance falls, that is usually when it is altcoin season. And so that is very, very bullish for markets. And so that is why we're saying there's a very high likelihood 2026 would be very bullish. And so every single uh, sort of bear trap you're thinking in your mind might be what is just occurring, because as you can see before the fall, we always see some sort of few months of bear trap, right? This is the monthly time frame, by the way. As you can see, 4 months of bear trap. That is exactly what is happening right here at the moment. 4 months of bear trap before we see a huge push to the downside, collapsing the Bitcoin dominance, and that would be the beginning of our altcoin season. And that is one of the reasons why we're very, very bullish going into 2026. Next on our chart is the total crypto market cap. We said the total crypto market cap is very important because this tracks how monies come into the crypto market in general. Now, the crypto market is so important because that was what was able to help us get the bottom exactly right here. We got the bottom on the channel, started buying into Bitcoin December of 2022, and we have rode this wave to the upside. Now, why is this chart important? Because we said we're expecting liquidity to pour back into the crypto market, and that the crypto market in total could go as high as a 5.62 trillion market cap. But currently, we still currently remain at about 2.99 trillion, and so we're expecting that 2026 will still be bullish, and then we would push towards that 5.6 $2 trillion, right? Overall market cap for the crypto market, which means your altcoins are bullish, and we would still see even more fresh amount of monies coming to altcoins, as that could be another catalyst to push prices to the upside. The last chart we have been looking at right here is the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin, or basically the altcoin market cap. Like we love to see on the channel, show me where the money is going, and I'm going to show you what is going to happen next, right? And we have been tracking this because we said that we were at support. So that the last time when we saw this push, we said currently prices are at support. Even though a lot of people are bearish on altcoins, we are very bullish because altcoins, the altcoin market cap is at a support. We said in this cycle, we are expecting for the altcoin market cap to go as high as the 2.46 trillion. Currently, we're still at 1.28 trillion. We still have a long, long way to go. And so we're expecting that a lot more rotations would happen from Bitcoin into the altcoin market and would take us probably through this 2.46 trillion and even above. But currently, we're at the support. As you can see, we're holding that support like a boss, expecting that bounce to happen right there for the altcoin market cap. Now, this is some of the reasons why we're bullish. As you can see, altcoin market cap at the support, expect some sort of bounce, probably some sort of consolidation in December, and then we see a massive bounce going into January. But we continue to remain bullish, expecting higher price targets for every single altcoin. Thank you for watching and have a blessed week ahead.